So I had this knowledge of straightness at the ready. And when I was sat in Starbucks with Zane and Danny went, "Is your bird hot, aye?" I went, "Aye, Danny, she's really hot." Larry Dean, BBC News, Straightville. I found it mental though, right? Really weird, because I was like, "Is your bird hot?" Who has ever answered that question being like, "No, she's a munter." And I assumed that was the end of the conversation, but Danny was insistent. He was like, "Oh, mate, right, so she's hot. See, when you're, doing your stuff, man, what's your position?" And I was like, "Missionary? All right, I like doing them up the arse." Hear how the tables have turned. This mirror is distorted. And Zane went, I've got to go to the toilet, guys. Sorry. Which obviously is weird, apologising going to the toilet, but I could see Zane didn't want to leave me and Danny alone together because he's like, that situation is not going to work out well. It was almost like Zane needed to figure out the riddle of the fox, the chicken, and the seeds. So, all right, maybe if I take Larry to the toilet with me and leave him there, I'll go back and get Danny and then leave him there, take Larry back to the table. But Zane just left us. And when I was sat alone with Danny, I started getting more nervous because his questioning began to get more intense. You're like, "So, Larry, can I see a picture of your missus?" And I was like, "No, my phone is like, it's broke." And he's like, "Oh, all right." And I was like, "Aye." And I probably should have put my phone on silent at this point. And my phone did go off, right? And Danny looked right through me. He's just like that. His eyes stopped moving. And I was like, "Oh my God, he's going to kick the shit out of me now. I'm done for, I'm a dead man." But I realised there was 2 police officers in Starbucks at the time. And I was like, brilliant. He can't do anything while there's 2 police officers in Starbucks. And we're just sat in silence, me and Danny, right? Being sat in silence with somebody you don't know very well when you're mixing friends is a bit awkward. Imagine silence for a minute with a murderer. And I'm like, "Oh, he's going to kill me." And when the police officers were chatting, we could hear what they were saying. And one of them said to the other, "Oh man, he's such a poofter." Right? And obviously I heard that because it's got a buzzword in it. And I was like, "Poofter, I'm not okay with that, but I'm in the middle of something. Please stay there." And Danny went, "Excuse me, officer, did I just hear one of you say the word poofter? You're wearing a uniform, you should be setting an example. Using derogatory terms like that is unacceptable. I can complain about this." And I was like, oh, maybe Danny's not in jail for gay bashing after all. Maybe he's a paedophile, there's still hope. The police officers just ignored them and walked out, and I was like, oh man, I can't believe I've judged Danny the whole time. And I was like, "Danny, mate, I'm really sorry. For some reason, when I was going to tell you I was gay, Zane did these big eyes, and I freaked out, and I thought you were a homophobe. Sorry for I thought you were in jail for gay bashing, to be honest, mate. Sorry for thinking you were a homophobe." And Danny went, "I don't like gay people, I just hate police officers a lot more." And I thought, you know what, I'm okay with that because he's not murdering me. I'm better off than I was 5 minutes ago. And we ended up chatting, me and Danny, and we got on all right, and I learnt something off of him. Well, first of all, my first question to Danny after that was, what were you in jail for? Because I thought I need to just know. Danny was in jail for tax evasion. Because he murdered his accountant. But we got on all right, and this is the thing, you can always learn something from somebody you disagree with, right? Because even though I don't agree with Danny being homophobic and I don't agree with him murdering his accountant, I learned something off him that day that I'm going to remember forever. Because Danny was supposed to do 8 years in jail, but he did 10 because he got caught smuggling stuff into prison. Danny was smuggling mobile phones that had porn downloaded onto them so the prisoners could watch porn. When I heard that, I thought, wow, next time I'm in Dubai...